Formula One Explained: Technology and Strategy. Governing question: why do tyres, rather than outright speed, so often decide outcomes in modern Formula One? Formula One is often framed as a contest of speed. Lap times, qualifying gaps, and straight-line performance dominate discussion. Yet, when races are analysed in detail, outcomes are frequently decided not by who is fastest, but by who best understands and manages tyre behaviour. In this episode, we will explain why tyres play such a central role in modern Formula One. We will examine how tyre performance changes over time, why tyre behaviour is difficult to predict, and how strategic decisions are shaped by constraints rather than outright pace. By the end of the episode, you should have a clearer understanding of why tyres are often the decisive factor in race outcomes, even when performance differences between cars appear small. To understand the importance of tyres, it helps to begin with a simple observation. Tyres are the only part of the car that makes contact with the track surface. Every force the car generates, braking, acceleration, and cornering, must pass through 4 contact patches, each roughly the size of a postcard. This makes tyre performance a limiting factor. Aerodynamics can increase available grip, and power units can deliver energy efficiently, but neither can overcome the physical limits of the tyre. Tyres do not behave like rigid components. They are complex structures designed to operate within narrow temperature and load ranges. Outside those ranges, performance degrades. In Formula One, tyres are designed to degrade. Unlike endurance racing, where durability is prioritised, Formula One tyres are engineered to deliver peak performance for a limited period before gradually losing grip. This degradation is not a flaw. It is a deliberate design choice intended to introduce strategic variation. However, degradation is not uniform. It depends on multiple interacting factors: track surface, roughness, ambient and track temperature, car weight and balance, aerodynamic load, driving style. As a result, 2 cars running the same compound on the same circuit can experience very different tyre behaviour. One of the key challenges teams face is distinguishing between different forms of tyre performance loss. There is thermal degradation, where excessive heat reduces grip. There is mechanical degradation, where the tyre surface wears away. And there is surface graining, where rubber is torn from the tyre and redeposited unevenly. Each of these issues requires a different response. Reducing thermal degradation may involve changing driving style or aerodynamic balance. Managing mechanical wear may require adjustments to suspension or stint length. Graining often resolves itself over time, but only if the tyre remains within a workable temperature window. Understanding which process is occurring is critical. Misinterpreting tyre behaviour can lead to incorrect strategic decisions, such as stopping too early or persisting with an unviable compound. Tyre behaviour also evolves continuously over a race stint. As fuel is burned, the car becomes lighter. This reduces vertical load on the tyres, altering grip characteristics. As tyres wear, their effective diameter changes. This affects ride height and aerodynamic balance. These changes are gradual but cumulative. A car that is well balanced at the start of a stint may behave very differently toward the end, even without any external changes. This dynamic behaviour makes tyres a moving target rather than a static variable. Because tyre performance changes over time, race strategy becomes an exercise in trade-offs. Teams must decide how hard to push early in a stint, when to manage pace to protect tyres, when the performance loss outweighs the benefit of staying on track. Stopping early may restore performance, but costs track position. Staying out longer preserves position, but risks losing pace and exposing the car to undercuts. There is rarely a perfect solution. The optimal strategy depends not only on a team's own tyre behaviour, but on how competitors' tyres are degrading and on how traffic will affect performance. Tyres also influence qualifying strategy. A car that can generate peak grip quickly may perform well over a single lap, but struggle over a race distance. Conversely, a car that preserves tyres effectively may sacrifice qualifying position in exchange for strategic flexibility on Sunday. This tension between qualifying performance and race pace is a recurring theme in Formula One engineering. Teams must decide whether to prioritise short-term grip or long-term consistency. Importantly, tyre performance is not determined by tyres alone. It is influenced by aerodynamic balance, suspension geometry, weight distribution, power delivery characteristics. This means tyre behaviour is an emergent property of the entire car. As a result, tyre management is less about controlling tyres directly and more about controlling how the car interacts with them. This is why improvements in seemingly unrelated areas can produce significant changes in tyre performance. In modern Formula One, outright speed establishes a narrow performance window. Within that window, tyres often determine how much of that performance can be used, and for how long. The teams that succeed are not necessarily those with the fastest cars, but those that best understand and manage tyre behaviour over a race distance. Tyres reward consistency, restraint, and system-level thinking. They punish excess, impatience, and narrow optimization. It is for this reason that tyres, rather than speed alone, so often decide outcomes in modern Formula One. If you found this explanation useful, you can follow or subscribe to Formula One Explained, Technology and Strategy for future episodes.